Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night. It is week 4 of the Refresh Challenge, and this week's focus is nutrition. So I thought we could kick the week off with a healthy recipe, a somewhat healthy recipe that's quick and easy, and the kids love. And my mom makes this as one of our favorites, and she's going to show the kids how to make it on their own. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Carol. This is Julia and Anna. They're going to help me. You're going to see how this is really a quick meal to make. Problem is, I don't really measure when I make this meal, but I'm going to try and give you equivalent. It's really to your taste. So I'm using a wok, but you don't have to use a wok. You can just use a large frying pan. I'm going to put on my heat. I'm going to put it on probably like medium high. Okay, girls. Start with olive oil and just pour in, I would say it was probably a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, that's good. We just want to get it, coated. We're going to get that warmed up a little. And then we chopped a small onion. And we're going to put that in the pan. Just rough chop a small onion. And depending, if you like onion, put more. If you don't really like onion, put less. But it does need onion. Okay, you got all that in there. We're going to wait for that to warm up. And I think you've got the ingredient list, but there's a lot of ingredients, unfortunately. But you kind of need them all. So as this heats up a little, one of the other things that we're going to add is one of my favorite is sesame seed oil. And see, I'll put that in. So that's Julia's favorite. She'll probably put the whole bottle in, but just, yeah, I'll tell you. So I'd say start with like a tablespoon. That's good, honey. Tablespoon, because you can add that at any time. And the other thing is, if you want to make this really quick, while this is cooking and, while you're trying to get this warmed up and cooking, you can heat your water for your lo mein noodles. So girls, you want to fill that pan 3/4 full. I don't salt my water for this because, we're using soy sauce and all these salty ingredients. So I don't tend to salt my water. Now, I'm sure if my daughter Christina was making this, she would salt the water. So that's, it's up to you. And all right, well, I'll show you the noodles on put those in. So now that's cooking. Anna, you want to put in, while that's cooking, so you just put it on the back. Well, no, actually, we could put it here because I'll show you how we can put it. Sorry, my bad. We'll turn this on. High, so that I can see that. All right, so now you guys can't smell it because it smells delicious. Just that sesame oil alone is wonderful. So who wants to stir this? Okay. Anna, for that. So now, Julia, here's more. The next thing I would put in is I found minced ginger. So I'd say about, depending on if you like ginger or not, about a tablespoon of that. So, tablespoon seems to be a lot. I mean, it all depends on how much you like ginger, but a little less. Okay, that's good. You can throw that in and let that saute. Okay, so that's good. All right, and now Jules, get a different spoon. And then I don't chop my own garlic. I'm too lazy. So I buy it by the jar. So I put about I'd say a teaspoon of chopped garlic in there. Yep, go ahead. That's, yeah, no, go ahead. You can't put too much. You can never put too much garlic. All right, that's good. How's that, Anna? That's too hot. We don't want it to burn, so I'll turn the heat down there. Okay, so now the onions are good. And so I'm going to don't look at my dirty refrigerator. And so now this is great. So now you're going to use just a package of coleslaw mix. so. Can you put those up to down? All right, let me just- thank you. What are you getting excited about? All right, so cut that open and then put that in the pan. And I can stir it around. Okay. All right, good. So stir that good, honey. Now, while she's stirring that, I'll add soy sauce and on this end. Okay, so the soy sauce, I'd say at least a quarter of a cup, but you can go by the color. This is what's gonna make it look more like romaine. And that cold slaw. Okay, and I may have to do. I may go back a bit more, but everything is to your taste, how you like that. How does that look, Anna? I think we could use a little more soy sauce. Hopefully I have some. I think we have it. How's that? Is that still cooking? We'll turn it up a little. All right, so,
Yeah.
okay. I think I might have another thing of unopened soy sauce. Okay, so I don't. So this is what I'm gonna do. It's not a big deal. I do have, however, teriyaki flavored sauce, which is fine. So use that.
Perfect.
It doesn't, yeah, so, maybe, I don't know, 4 tablespoons of that. Okay. So now we're still waiting for the water to boil. These are the noodles that I buy. They're just called Chinese noodles. Why are you Oh, so
You
anyway,
do?
Chinese noodles. Oh, you can cut those open, honey. That looks good, Anna. That looks good. So we're almost done. I don't do salt or pepper, anything. No, not yet. We gotta wait for it to boil, honey. And then the other thing we can do, let's put a cover on that because I think it, can you open the bottom? So while we're waiting, yeah, just that cover. While we're waiting for the water to boil, cover this and let it simmer.
Now, Mummy, sometimes you put meat in that, right?
Right. Tonight, I didn't have, and I usually use leftovers. So that's how I know I'm making lo mein when I have leftover. My favorite thing to put in it is pork tenderloin, leftover pork tenderloin. I did try using chicken. I felt like the chicken could be too dry, but you can put shrimp, you could put, anything you have left over. But you can use it as a meal or lots of times it's a side dish for us. It is one of our favorites, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the water's coming to a boil and we're not even, how many minutes are we into this? 9 minutes. We could be done with this meal like in about 6 minutes. So.
Action.
Action. Okay, so the water's boiling. So we're gonna put the noodles in. And I think they only take about 3 minutes to cook. So, and I have one of these things that work great. So now, Anna, let's show them what it looks like now that the coleslaw has wilted and it has all the juices.
That was Julia.
So, I know.
I was waiting.
Be careful.
Perfect.
I was waiting for my
Perfect.
signal.
Uh-huh. Okay, got that? All right. So now we'll wait for this. And they just kind of, you just kind of push them around. I can't tilt this one. And they're gonna come apart because they're folded together. And they just come apart. And now that'll be done in a minute. All right. So you can strain them, you know, you can take the pan off and strain them. But what I do, which is easier for me, is I use this and just scoop them into that pan, but they're not quite ready yet. Just okay, another minute or two. When they come apart from one another, that's when they're done.
And do you want to just show the noodles that you're using again?
The package?
Yeah, because I know that the noodles can really
Yeah,
make or break the
they're just
meal.
called Chinese noodles. And I found them at just about every supermarket. And they are delicious. The kids like them because it's like ramen. Okay, so give it one more minute and I'll switch it over. Now I'll add the last ingredient, which I think makes the dish, and they're not crazy about this particular ingredient, but they can eat around it. So now I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna shut this, because I don't want all the moisture to go out of my pan, because you want the noodles to absorb it. Okay, so that looks good. So now I'm gonna shut that off, and just to save me a step, because I'm lazy, I take my scoop, just bring it a little, and scoop it over. Put it over, and that's it, done. Whoop. Okay, now I'm gonna mix this in. Hannah, you wanna get the, who's that, Julia? The sweet chili sauce? Show them what that looks like. You know, they have hot chili sauce. The sweet chili sauce has a sweeter taste, but there is a kick to it, so it's not all sweet. So depending on how, if you like your thing spicy or not, you wanna, not use too much of that. We tend to like it, so it's good. I put the whole thing in. Which is like a quarter of a cup. And and then at this point, because we really love the toasted sesame oil, I'm gonna add more of that. Go ahead, just empty it all in. Okay, good. And I'll put a little more of this. And then Anna, do you wanna come stir it? Yes, I do. So put the oil all around the top. I'd say I'm doing about another tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, again, to your taste. All right, now, stir that up, and then Jules, come cut this. These are frozen sweet peas. This makes the dish, in my eyes, not so much for theirs, but I think it really adds another flavor. So go ahead, mix that in, and so it's all coated. You want your noodles to be all coated, and then we'll show, you can tip it. Okay, now tip that, show them what the noodles look like. Okay, now, Jules, you want to throw those peas in? Those are frozen. I haven't nuked them or anything. Microwave them. So just throw the whole bag in. Now mix it again, honey. All right, and now I'm gonna cover it. We're gonna cover it, and but we'll let it cook a little because, you know, some of the peas are sticking together because they're frozen, but they don't take long at all. So actually, it's done. All you have to do is, I like it to sit for about 5 minutes. I turned my heat off, I'm gonna turn it on just a little on low. And then dinner's done.
Yay,
Enjoy.
thank you.
I feel like
You're
it.
welcome.